You'll have to teach it again soon.
Now
Yeah.
it's recording.
Well, excellent. Well, we're going to record it now.
Sorry about that, Maggie. One thing I wanted to add about the name, I find it easier to, if it's a listing, put in the address followed by the seller's name. If it's a buying opportunity, put in the buyer's name, and then when you settle on a property, put the address in, because otherwise when your admins get this stuff, they don't know who Spaziano is,
Nope.
but they can very quickly see 125 Main Street.
I do know in my market center, I make them put an address in the opportunity name.
Yeah.
It is a requirement in my office. So
Yeah,
in a lot of offices it is. So
yeah, because don't forget, you're dealing with 1, 2, or 3 at a time, and they're dealing with hundreds.
Steve, what did you say about the buyer? So listing, we should put address plus the name.
the name
And
of the seller. And then if you're working with a buyer, you use their name. And then when you settle on a property, it goes from being DeAngelis to 125 Smith Street dash DeAngelis.
Okay, thank you.
And you need to use both for a couple of reasons.
Mhm.
One is once you get a good footing in this business, you're going to have repeat clients. And so, 3 years, 4 years down the road, you may have, 125 Smith Street being sold twice. So you want to make sure that, you have something that identifies it as a new listing. So address for listings, name for buyers. And then when you get a property, switch the buyer name over and put the address in. Your admins will love you for that.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So when you create an opportunity, the first thing it takes you to is the details section. All right. Who here has been in real estate long enough to remember those real estate folders with all the information in the front of the folder?
Not me.
Not you, Cheryl? I think you are. Yeah. Some of us who've been around for a while know we used to get these folders, and on the top would be like all these questions on it, and you would fill it all out and have all the information about the property right on the front. This is what this is. This is your folder. This is your folder cover. This tells you all the basic information about the property on the front, right? So that's what the details section is about. It gives you the general information about the property, the property address you can put in here, and the seller's worksheets also here as well. And you can at any time go in and edit any of this information just by hitting the little pencil, right? And you can go ahead and change it. If you need to change the opportunity name, you can change it. Anything here you can go ahead and edit as you get information as time goes on. So that is what the details page is for, okay? There is also here on this page, ominously, a lost opportunity button, right? What this button is for is it is for if you lost the opportunity, right? The deal fell through, you lost the buyer, you lost the listing. That is what this button is for. It is not if you make a mistake. That is an archive button. That is something we can do to archive it. I will show you how to archive a transaction in a little bit. But this is if you actually lost the opportunity. It's very important that you know the difference, because this lost opportunity button, you only want to push when it's actually lost opportunity, because the system in the background is keeping track. It is watching it, right? So you're going to get better statistics about when you lose opportunities if you actually use this when you're supposed to use this. So that's why it's important to know about that button. All right. When you're in an opportunity too, right up here, you can see the name of the client. And if you click on it, it will actually you can see the basic information, as well as it will take you right to the contact. You can also attach the listing to your opportunity if it's an MLS. So if it's an MLS, you can come up here to select from listings, and you can go ahead and attach the listing to the opportunity. So the actual home. Okay, so that is that. You have also here, next to details, you have the seller profile. This lets you know if your buyer or seller is on your mobile app. You can see that they're registered with the consumer platform, and this person is registered with the consumer platform. And not only that, this person is actually following along on the seller's guide. So for those who don't know about the buyers and sellers guide, there's a wonderful class all about that in New England region, the New England region YouTube. Please go ahead and watch it. It is awesome. It really just keeps your buyer and your seller in the know as to what's going next in the transaction. It hooks up perfectly with opportunities, and you can go ahead and manage what step they are on in this section here in the seller profile. Okay. Documents is your document section. This is specifically where you go ahead and do your paperwork. This is where you're going to use to pass in your paperwork with your market center. Now, we're not going to dive into this section today, because that's a whole different class on compliance, right, Steve? Yep. But this is where you would do that stuff here. Offers and commissions. is where you're going to go ahead and do your offers, as well as do your commission section, which is how you're going to get paid. Now, in this section is a little often used comparing offers section. You can add multiple offers. So if you're on the seller side, there is a high probability, especially right now, you're going to get multiple offers, and you're going to need to do a comparison to show that to your seller. You can do that here within command in your transaction by adding the specifics of the offer, and then you can compare them. So you can add as many offers as you like, and you can compare the offers. I don't know if we have time to run through that real quick. I will show you this if I have time at the end. If not, you can put your information in the box and I will send you, I actually have a little video on this I can send you. So, all right, that is the offers and commission tab. Here's the notes. This is where you can take notes in the transaction. I highly recommend that you take notes on the transaction here and not on the the contact card in contacts. They should be separated. The reason why I say that is because everything that happens on the transaction happens on the actual transaction, right? The contact in your contact card, you're going to be dealing with them for years, hopefully years and years and years and years. You really don't want to have to sift through thousands of notes about something that happened in a transaction 10 years ago when you don't have to, right? It stays here in the transaction. It's still connected to your contact, so you can see at any point in time. I personally believe that transactions on the notes on the transactions stay with the transaction, and notes on the actual contacts will stay with the contact. So that is my tip to you. It just keeps your notes nice and clean on your contact. It keeps your notes nice and clean on your opportunity. Okay, so utilize the note section. It's here. Please use it. And then timeline, it just shows you an actual timeline of events, what's been happening within your transaction. Okay. Any question about the anatomy of an opportunity or how to create an opportunity?
Just on that offers and commissions, I know you're going back to it, but for instance, we use dot loop and then we're going to switch to something else. Would you take the like a PDF of those documents and put them in there or
no?
Okay.
Yeah, what it is really a summary of all the offers. So that way, because when you put like offers in front of sellers, like a whole bunch of offers, they just kind of glaze out like, oh my God, what is all this, right? And so it allows you to really just bullet point it really quick and put your pros and cons under each, and it just compares them side by side by side. So it's a nice, quick and easy thing to put in front of your seller while you're discussing all the offers with them.
Thank you.
But I'll definitely, if we got time, I will go back to that.
Yeah, as an example, let's say you got 4 offers on a property, you know, and you know, they're all around the same price, but who's got the larger down payment, who's waiving inspections, who's, you know, so you can say, you know, offer number 3 is the best because they waived inspections, they're putting, you know, 25 or 40% down. So they've got a lot of skin in the game. They want this deal to close versus someone who's doing a 3% down payment and wants, you know, $5,000 in closing credits. So, and it gives them one quick little snapshot and they can see. And so, you know, so they're not shuffling papers as you're trying to explain, well, this offer is better because of this, and this one's not good because of that. It's right there, quick summary, and it's easier to work with.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you.
So now let's talk about moving your opportunity through the pipeline.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I have another question for the commission. When submitting a commission through command, usually for that loop, we tend to fill out the green form or the green sheet rather. But how would you do that in command?
There is no green sheet.
Yeah, I know. But how would you like, for some, they do their like all their documents in command already,
Yep.
linked to their DocuSign or dot loop.
Yep.
So if that's the case, like for example, instead of using, because I think that loop is going to migrate already, because already Zillow, I think, bought that loop, and the contract with KW would be ended soon. So we are planning to like change into something that we can use, that we could link to command. And I'm just wondering how we do it for the request for the commission.
So you do that in the commissions tab. That
Okay.
is what that offers in commissions tab. That is the new green sheet, the commissions
Yeah.
tab right there. I would say, Carmela, send me your information, right? I'll get you in touch. We're not going to do that in this class here today.
Okay, sure.
But I can certainly put you in the right direction on that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so now that we actually have a transaction, so here's my little transaction. You can find it at any given time in the section that it's in, right? So this particular one is in appointment, and I can click on appointments, and it lists all the transactions that I have in appointments. Now, some people even have trouble finding it. If you have enough here, you could get confused and lose them that way. I can totally understand that. That's why the all opportunities button is super helpful, because you can search by address, you can search by opportunity name, you can search by contact. So I definitely know people who like, I put it in there, I know, I just can't find it. Like this is a great way to be able to search for it and find it that way. I hear it all the time. I see you laughing, Carrie. So, and that way you can just click on it and get right to it, right? So it'll also tell you exactly where it is, so you can maybe have a little bit of help finding it later. But if I know where it is, I can click there, and then I have this view, and I can see at any given time the checklist, right? That's the little thing in the bottom right that shows me that I have in this particular item, I have no things to do, so I don't have anything done. Over here on this one, there's one thing I need to do and I haven't done it yet. You can click on the checklist. It'll show you if you have any items to do in this particular stage. If I need to add an item, I can go ahead and add an item. This means I'm not married to the checklist that's already here. I can always add stuff to it, right? So here's my due CMA. Let's just say I did it, so we're good. I can go ahead and add an item last minute, because not all transactions are built the same. You're always going to have extra things to do. So I can go ahead and say like follow up, or I'd say confirm day before, right? And I can set a due date. Let's just say that's due on the 29th. I can set a time and press OK. So that's going to remind me that I need to confirm with this person ahead of time. I'll hit save. And now I have a new item to go ahead and do. And I can see that here. I can also go back and forth between previous sections so that I know if I need to do something else, we're good to go. And like I say, like, oh, I've got all this stuff I have to do in this particular section. I'm not there yet, but so you can see if you need to do more of your transaction items, add more stuff in there as well.
Well, then it will, as you move it from one spot to the other, like, then it will have different steps that you need to do.
Absolutely. So if you can see here, it's 0 to 0. As soon as I pick it up and move it, 0 out of 1, right? And so it updates with the checklist for each of the stages, right? And that's all you have to do to move it back and forth. Like, okay, I'm out of schedule. They kept it. I'm going to move it over here, right? And let's just say I got to move it to active. I can pick it up, hover over active, and drop it. And it is now inactive. There she is right here, right?
That's so, very cool.
It's like the cutest little animation. I absolutely love it. I adore it, actually. I think it's awesome. You can also change the status of it in the details section. So if you're in the opportunity, you can go ahead and change where it actually lives in your transaction, but you just move it along the pipeline. I love it because it just gives you a sense of satisfaction that we're getting step closer towards the end of, right? Hey, we're getting closer and closer to the check. We're getting there. If you do not like this view, some people don't like this view, there is a list view, and you can change that up in the top right. So if I want to see it in this manner, I can go ahead and do that. Some people like this. It details out who's in what. It gives you a little more information, but that is also a way to view it. So that is also a different way to view it. It's not as cute this way though.
Whoops, I thought it was.
It is not as cute that way. So that's that. Okay. Any questions with moving your transaction through the pipeline or looking at previous or subsequent checklists? Okay. I do want to remind people that you will not get reminders on these tasks unless you add a due date to them. So you do have to add a due date to them to get reminded. So do not forget to do that. If there's like something that's urgent that you know needs to get done, you cannot forget it. Put a due date on it. Otherwise, just get used to coming in and seeing where you are with your transactions. Okay. So that is also very important. Just want to put that through. All right. Okay. Let's get back out here for a quick second. All right. Any questions about opportunities, the sales pipeline, why we should use it?
On the, like you just said about setting the dates, is that it's not a specific date? It can be like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or is it a specific date?
You have to put a specific date.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't, there's no relative date stuff. So
Okay.
it's all, you need to put an actual due date on it.
Okay.
Anything else? Any other questions? Why should we use a pipeline?
See our everything, to keep us in track of what we're doing, when we're doing it, what needs to be done, and what's coming. And like you said, to cultivate and nurture and move people. If we're busy with everybody else, we got to get, and there's nobody being nurtured, we're in big trouble.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it really helps you to focus and plan your business. That's what it's doing.
Excellent. All right, I have a few minutes, so I'll get into the offer section real quick here. In fact, I have something with 2 offers. Oh, do I? I can. Can I? Yes, I can. So you can add as many offers as you need to here, and in order to do that, you just have to add offer, give it a title. And you just need to fill in the information that you have, right? So version name, offer date, close date, who are the parties, Buster buyer, and who's the buyer agent. Cool. Okay. And then we're going to move forward, and then you put the terms in, right? How much cash is it? Let's just say we're going all in. How much are they putting down? Let's say they're not putting down too much. Wait, let's say they're putting down a lot, 5%. I can put as much information as I need, and then I can do pros and cons, right? So all cash, offer, waiving inspection, buyer agent is cool. Cons, buyer smells a little funny, right? So you just put in the information, you put a summary, and you hit save. So you can do that for as many as you got. And then when you want to compare them, you select the ones you want to compare. And in the top right, there is a compare offer button. If you hit compare offer, it will put all the information next to each other. Very, very judgmental realtor, as you can tell.
I was just gonna say, he's really cute. Guy's rich.
So tell us, Maggie, who got the deal? The cute guy or the rich guy?
I'm gonna go with 800,000. We're gonna go with that one. But yeah, so you can put in as much information, and then basically once it's done, you can actually email this directly to your client, or you can download it as a PDF and bring it with you to present. So it is very nice to just have some sort of visual to have with you to compare your offers with your people. So it is here to be used. This whole section is here to be used. Opportunities is not just to get paid. I know it's like number one on people's mind, right? Because the very least you have to do is you just have to create an opportunity, put your transactions in, and submit that. Put your documents in and submit that to your MCA. That's the very least you need to do. But there's so much here to use to keep track of your business that you're missing an opportunity here. That's a pun. You're missing opportunity here to really keep track of your business with the opportunity section. All right. So we've got a few minutes here. Does anybody want to give me any ahas?
I love the checklist and knowing that they're gonna know everything that we've done, followed up to see if the appraisal's been ordered, or follow, schedule the smokes, or schedule the final water reading, or whatever, follow up feedback, or whatever we've done to market it, all of that stuff. I love that we can set that all up.
Awesome. I love client updates too. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I like the client updates. I just in general like how you can take the people that you're really focusing on out of contacts and put them here where you can really just keep an eye on them and you don't have to page through all those people.
Yes.
Contacts.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. That is a great observation, right? Cultivate is really the people you need to pay attention to, right?
Yeah.
Those are hey, I got to get those people moving.
Can I ask one question on the offers? How many can you put in there? You had an example of 3. Is there a max? Like, can you put 10, 15? Is there?
I don't think there is. I haven't hit it yet.
I've done 7.
Okay.
And it just keeps adding it to the bottom.
Okay.
The only difference is it can only show 6 in that matrix it puts together.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe you have top 6 you can weed out, and just do the top 6 if you get too many.
Well, it just creates a second page, and you can cut it and glue it
put them
to the
together.
side, whatever.
Yeah, put them side by side.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got some size constraints. It can only fit so many columns on the page. It can only fit
6 to a page, basically. Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, I always tell people, do not email that. Go visit them.
I agree with you.
You don't want them, looking at the thing and saying, oh, $800,000, let's go with that. And then finding out that, there was a 775 that had better terms for them. They were going to walk away with more money. So you really want to be there to explain it to them.
Yes. Highest is not always best. Yeah. Cool. Any other ahas?
Hi, yes, for me, it was just how to get to the contact information from the opportunity. I did not know how to do that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, something simple, but honestly, it's really nice.
Yeah, because we do use it for notes a lot, and it's like just going back and forth. It was kind of a pain before. So knowing that now.
Yeah, all you do is hit that, go to contacts, it goes right to your contact card.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you want to go right back to the opportunity, you just hit right back to the opportunity. So you can just go switch back and forth relatively quickly.
Yeah. So that was mine.
And to add the notes here, as opposed to in the contact information for the transaction notes.
Yes.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than having to roll through thousands of notes about something that's way dead and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Excellent.
Nice.
All right. Well, that's it. I got nothing
So
else.
what
to
does,
say, guys.
what does Steve do that he's affiliated with 8 offices, Steve?
Pull my hair out and drink heavily.
Nice, just like
No, we
all the rest
just-
of the real estate agents I know.
We just, my ownership was getting on in years and decided it was time to sell out. And so they sold out. We had 3 offices. The company we merged with had 5. So it's not 8 market centers, it's 2 market centers, and then all the rest are business offices.
Business centers.
I
Yeah.
see,
But Steve's the market center track trainer there.
I see.
Yeah, so I went from having to deal with 200 agents to now it's over 400.
Lucky Jack. Awesome.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Maggie, and it was nice to see you.
This is always nice to see you. Come by anytime.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Maggie,
Hmm.
I got a text from Robert Vincent. Brooke thinks he's supposed to be teaching with me.
Today?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I didn't think so. I thought it was you.
She was looking at Command Your Database, which was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a week and a half ago. Yeah.
I'll stay with you.
All right.
Very
Well,
nice to see everybody.
yeah, and if you have any questions, give us a call or send an email, and we'll see what we
Yeah.
can do for you.
Carmela, did you give me your info?
Oh, I will type it now. Sorry.
Yeah.
The chat is disabled, so I'm not sure
Oh,
how I send it.
Really? Okay. Here.
There.
That's me.
Okay, I'll just email you then.
Yeah, that works.
Thank you.
See you all later.
All right. Oh, Nina, you snuck in. All right. All right, guys.